And even though there's all this stuff to watch, Sean, you still found time for our next entry in the cinema. You found time to go see Fast X. If, anybody,
You
Is
know
it
my
heroism
feelings.
or masochism? I don't understand.
yeah, I don't
You
get
know
it
my
either.
feelings with Fast and Furious movies, and I think I swore that I would never see another one.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
it just so
I swore
happened.
I'd never see another one after number two, and I haven't.
Well, I think I saw
And I
sporadically. I
swore
saw
I'd
the
never see
first.
another Transformers film, and I haven't.
I saw the first three, and number three was always Tokyo Drift was pretty good because it was a car. I mean, this franchise started off with like just car racing and street racing and things like
Yes.
that, and then
Yes.
it got more and more and more ridiculous. And I think
And stupid, yes.
and stupidness, yeah. And I think after six, that was it. I didn't go and see these. So I haven't seen any other ones. So six was enough. But anyway,
No, I'll tell you one thing though. I'll tell you one thing I was thinking earlier this week. I can't believe that they haven't done a crossover between Transformers and the Fast and Furious movies.
I know.
Imagine.
I can't believe they haven't
Man
done
on
that.
Earth.
Right.
I think even just the existence of that, even the existence of that film might just send Sharon to a monastery
That'd
where
drive
there's
me
no
to drink.
technology.
Can't go to a
No te-
monastery. It'd have to be a nunnery, wouldn't it?
well,
Not anymore.
a quiet
Anymore.
place.
No, not anymore. Of course, no, not anymore.
So let's see. I'll send her to a quiet place where there's no technology. How about that? But okay,
I'd
so
go into seclusion. That was what I definitely would.
so let's go. Fast X, Sean. If
Fast
there is
X.
any story to tell us about what goes on.
Okay, I'm going to give you a quick story. Basically, funnily enough, number five, right, and the one I've always. Right, this goes back to number five, and that's the one with the when they towed the big
That's
safe.
the one when they towed the big safe through the streets of Rio.
Yeah, and the villain there got killed. So basically, what's happened? You've got the villain's son. He's come back, and of course,
Because it's all about family.
all about family. He wants revenge. Good old Vin's got I don't even know what his name is. Toretto, is it, or something like that?
Dom Toretto. Yeah, Dom Toretto.
Yeah, and so he's got a son now. So obviously
Family.
I'm sure your family. This is all about family. So yeah, basically you've got Jason Momoa just hammering it up like the Joker. I would say that he's got these flamboyant costumes. He's laughing and causing chaos, and it's like ridiculously over the top. And you get the old character. Oh, anyway, I don't know where to start really, Toast. That's good job I made some notes, wasn't it? So okay, so it starts off. There's this monster giant bomb thing, like a big. It's like a big ball. It's like it's like the atom bomb that dropped on. Well, anyway, and it just happens. It's going to explode. Oh no, it's going to blow up half the city. Oh, we've got to stop it. We've got to stop it. So you've got the almighty car chases with motorcycles, and this bomb gets released out the back of a truck, and it's rolling down the streets of the Vatican, in Rome,
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's smashing stuff and it's running, and it's like, oh, we got to send it towards, so they nudge it to say, just like, need to nudge it to steer it certain ways and stuff.
With the car, of course, yeah.
With the cars, of course, and then the bomb explodes and everything gets destroyed except Toretto's car, which just happens to outrace this explosion just a bit, and it just and really, really stupid stuff. And do you know what? I got the stuff down here. So I made notes on this one. So escape bomb, what amazes me with when these cars smash up, and it just really every time in the film they do somersaults for some reason. I don't know why it is. I'll go along and go woo, and they go up like that and go. Maybe that's easy to do as a special effect. I think I saw something once where they run them so far and then so you've got somersaulting cars, smashed up cars trying to do ridiculous stuff. And it's like,
Sure, as I said, I could have written this review before you gave it. So far, so accurate. Carry on.
That's so accurate, yeah. What really annoys me as well is Vin Diesel tries to take it so serious. I don't know.
He really, really does.
He really, really believes it, and it's like, come on. I mean, Jason Momoa, for me, he was like, okay, I'm just going to be stupid here. I'm just going to do ridiculous.
I feel like this is the thing, right? I feel like with these sort of things, from the little I've seen of Jason Momoa's performance, I feel like Jason Momoa had watched all the previous fast movies, and he thought, oh, this is what it is, and he understood what it was, and so he showed up to give the films the respect that they deserve, which is what his performance was. And I feel like Vin Diesel might have been in the Fast and Furious movies, but has never actually watched one, so never actually knows what the films are.
You can just see by his face that he believes it. You know what I mean?
He thinks it's like some Nordic drama or something like that. He doesn't realize what film he's making.
And they've got that bit of like, oh, that's it, yeah, the guns. That's it. I was wondering what I was saying back there. Right. So basically, Mimosa, I'll call him Mimosa. Momoa, he's got like guns, and he's got all his cronies behind him with guns, and then all of a sudden, all Toretto's street crews, you know what I mean, from like Red Park, their guns, and I'm like, he goes, go on, do it, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's just like, come on, you know, it's terrible. It's awful.
You see now, Sean, I think anybody who's seen a Fast movie would have listened to what you've said, and even though it's been like you just having an existential crisis and not even making full sentences because of what this film has been doing to your mind, we'll know exactly what it is you're talking about and knows exactly what it is you're saying. because this is like, with me, I quite like the Fast and Furious movies. I watched all of them, even when they became pointless. Like the fourth one, Fast and Furious, is just kind of, well, what are we doing here anyway? The fifth one is where they started going a bit crazy and it went outlandish. That's when they brought The Rock in. And then 5, 6, 7. 6 was meh. 7 was all right. Okay, yeah, because that was when Paul Walker died. 8 was a bit that. 9 was where I said, I am out. Because 9, I remember watching Fast and Furious 9, and there is a scene within the first 10 minutes that involves a rope bridge and a muscle car that I just thought, no. Sharon, I know you're making a face now. It is worse than what you think. Whatever you think it is, trust me, it is worse. It is worse than what you think. That the muscle car and a rope.
The laws of physics. Hollywood.
Don't talk about the laws of physics. Don't talk, the laws of physics. This is the thing with fast movies now. The laws of physics do not apply. But in Fast and Furious 9, they have the gall to have the line in the script that says, as long as we obey the laws of physics, everything will be okay. And I was like, and that's when I was just like, okay, they think we're stupid. They think we are stupid. I am out. And so with that, when Fast X, whatever is coming out, there's so many things about it. The fact that it's over 2 hours long, the fact that it's not even a full film because there's a second part that they're trying to bring out. And then they've now released this whole thing after The Rock has said that he was never going to appear in a film with Vin Diesel anymore. Obviously, someone's brought a whole bunch of money. And I know, I don't even care about spoiling this film. There is, like, pretty much everybody comes back in this film. People come back from the dead. People who definitely died in Fast and Furious 7 are now back. And it's like, and The Rock shows up in this film, and they said that they're not going to make a film. They're going to make a film which is going to be a Rock spin-off called Hobbs that's going to show up in between this film and the next film. And I'm like, I cannot be bothered with your nonsense because you are going to do all this and you're not even going to give us a story that makes any sense. And you're going to have Vin Diesel graveling his way through the whole thing thinking it's all about family and that makes it worthwhile. And I looked at all this and just looked at Fast X and I thought, no, I will wait for you. There's a couple of films that have done that where the last film in cinemas has put me off and I'm refusing to give them any money until they show up on streaming. John Wick Chapter 3 did it. John Wick Chapter 3 put me right off. I was like, no, cannot be bothered. Transformers The Last Night, oh, for goodness sake. And Fast 9 has made me think, I am not going back to the cinema to watch a Fast movie. I refuse. That was an insult to my life.
If you keep going, they'll keep making them.
Well, yeah. I mean, they said these are going to be the last ones, but you know that they're going to keep flogging this because they're American and it's capitalism, and they're going to keep flogging the whole thing until people actually, barricade their offices. Until people pay them more money to stop than people pay them money to make the films. They're going to keep making them.
Don't make eye contact. Lower your eyes and walk by. Don't don't give in to it.
So I mean, Sean, everything that you said about this Fast X movie, I expected that. I will finally watch it when it shows up on some of the streaming services I'm already paying for, and I don't have to pay anything extra for it. So, but I am not going to see watch it.
I think they must have taken on board some of like the ridiculousness of the one before, because although this is ridiculous, it's not as ridiculous as rope bridges and space, you know. So
space.
Yeah. So.
No, Sharon, you don't know. You don't know.
What the heck?
They
I
drive
thought
a
they just
car
went around in
into
stars.
space.
Rover.
Yeah.
And it's when they are in the car that is in space that they say the line, "As long as we obey the laws of physics, we'll be okay." I'm like, what the actual hell? But I will stop. Sorry, Sean, you were saying something.
No, it's true, Toast. You're right. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it was it was absolutely, it was pants, but it wasn't as pants. It wasn't as pants. I'm going to say this. I don't think it was as pants as 6 or any of the others after that. I think they sort of toned it down a little bit more than you know, like not to, except the bomb thing was a bit, and the cars that take the punishment, and so they probably really kept it the same. I'm not going to.
Yeah, but seriously, and the fact that they keep retconning the whole story. They're dead. Oh no, they're not. It's like, how did they fall out? How did they die? They fell out of a plane, but they're still alive. And they're like, and also in the Fast and Furious 5, there was this guy who was there the whole time and has been there for the last 5 films, doing nothing but just planning his revenge. And I'm like, no, get lost. Just get lost. Just.
I'm glad I went to see it, actually, because I did think it would be good for the podcast. I thought it would be good to go.
Just for us to have like a massive rant.
Yeah, just for us to have a rant. Yeah, so yeah. I wish I'd have seen the Spider-Man first, should we say?
so we can go Netflix or cinema. You know what? We've decided Netflix, just burn cinemas down. If they're going to give us Fast X, burn cinemas down. Okay, cool. So Sean, we have to do this. How many stars would you give this?
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's got to be 2 star. It's got to be. I'll give it a 2 star.
Okay, fine.
2 stars too many.
Let's move on. Let's move on because I'm getting annoyed just thinking here. So thinking, and let's go to the final film.
It wasn't as ridiculous as some of the others. So I've got to give it a little bit of forgiveness there. So
yeah. It's just I just never. I'll watch it when it shows up on TV, and then I'll find out if I'm just being way too mean. But in the meantime,
it was good for conversation. It was good.
The thing is, okay, I know I said we'll move on, but Sean, okay, so Sean, I know that you always complained about the Fast movies, and I was kind of like, oh yeah, they're harmless fun, everything like that. But Fast and Furious 9 turned me into you. Fast and Furious 9 turned me to you, going, no, it's stupid. The whole world is dumber for this film existing now. But Sharon, let's